Hello everybody and welcome back to more Silicon Dreams. I'm FG. I will be continuing to be your Android interrogator, and we have another case to deal with today. Let's see what is up and what is going on here. It is model AM-221. Manufactured May 1st or 5th of January, because they use both dates, so there you go. Owner, she's been owned by the Silicon Valley government. All right, your subject unit AM-221 is believed to be associated with a network of rogue androids. These suspicions are confirmed by evidence discovered during your interrogation of Shakira Barber. The subject was purchased by and serves the state of Silicon Valley. It is employed as a social welfare caseworker. To obtain access to the subject, Kronos was able to convince the device's owners that it required maintenance. It is possible that the existence of the rogue android network is facilitated by the subject's position within the Department of Social Welfare. Learn as much as possible about the organization and hierarchy of this network. Is the subject's anger capped to 50%? Is the subject capable of simultaneous anger and surprise? Did the subject admit the names of any accomplices? How did the subject's network avoid detection? What is the subject's primary source of joy? Okay, tap to establish link. Thank you for joining me after some questions. We have strong evidence that you're part of an illegal Android modification ring. Welcome, AM-221. Do you know why you're here? Unfortunately, I do not. I imagine my owners will be quite concerned, as they have had nothing but positive feedback regarding my performance. I need to talk to you about Shakira. You know Miss Barber? I haven't heard from her in several months. Do you know where she is? Is she okay? Subject's employment. What is your position within the Social Welfare Department? My current position is social worker. This entails managing case files and meeting with people who need our help. What sort of people are these? The stereotype is a homeless drug addict who has lost everything. Such people do cross over our doorstep and should be helped, but they're in the minority. It is a surprising the number of middle-class mothers who need a free meal or an escape from their respectable husband. Do your cases know you're an android? It is not a secret, but it isn't often relevant, so I do not volunteer that information unless prompted. I go by Amy to smooth interactions with humans. Must never question it. How long have you been in the service of the department? I was originally acquired in 2063. The precise duration of my service is 917 days, or 2 years and 6 months. In that time, I've held 3 distinct positions. How'd you come to work on a case? The process is somewhat complex, but in short, my supervisor assigns them to me. Does the Social Welfare Department cooperate with any other departments or businesses? Of course, corporations are essential to the services we provide. We partner with homeless shelters, food redistribution networks, and job training programs. Of course, these are only a few examples. I would like a complete list if possible. Certainly. Please tell me to stop when the information is satisfactory. The majority of our services rely on the corporations which I've already mentioned. Others would include permanent, transitory, or anonymous housing. Say nothing. Subsidized foodstuffs and essential products are made available. Government funding and tax incentives for participating businesses ensure that no one goes hungry. The only remaining cooperations are extremely rare, such as a case requiring plastic surgery. All other services fall under the purview of those already listed. How are these cooperations established? It depends on the situation. We often discover that we are unable to provide a service. In this case, we attempt to reach out to private businesses who fill the need. Other times, a business approaches us either to make a single donation of products or services, or to offer a service permanently. How do you feel about these? I value any chance to help those in need. I prefer it if we had the capacity ourselves, but we have to be practical. How do you spend your free time? My free time? I don't understand. I work from 600 hours to 2400 hours, regardless of who's in the office. I spent 6 hours in my charging pod performing maintenance. Don't you feel tired, burnt out? Not especially, although I have felt emotionally drained recently. Perhaps I should go easier on myself. What kind of people do you serve? People from many different backgrounds come to our department. With rapid automation of many industries and a failure by the government to prepare for this inevitability, our office is full of new people seeking help every day. The state failed the people? Yes. There were ways to prepare for the day when androids made up a majority of the workforce. Retraining for understaffed sectors, a firmer social safety net. Some have called for cronus to be acquired by the state. I do not believe the last option a feasible one, but steps could have been taken. Why else might someone come to your department for help? Sadly, the reality is that there are as many different reasons as there are people. Unemployment and homelessness are the most common factors we see. We also aid victims of abuse and domestic violence. Each case demands a special consideration. Weighing all factors to find the best way forward for my cases is why I have excelled. Okay. When you last feel anger, lose your temper. As a rule, I try not to, but there was an individual and an applicant who recently lost his temper with me. Oh. Angry applicant. How did that furious applicant make you feel? He shocked at first. He was so loud, I literally felt strings of spittle hitting my face. But I realized this man was hurling insult at me for having the audacity to exist in my own skin. I am not proud of it. He had his own problems and was hurting from them, but I feel every circuit crackle with anger. Looking back, I'm not sure that was the best response, but I strongly feel bigotry cannot be tolerated. I'm gonna go try to do that to see, because we need to see if we can go past 50%. What happened to this angry applicant after his outburst? He was placed with another caseworker and assigned a therapist. In some cases, we cannot help an applicant until they are ready to accept help. What do you mean? Every day I see people choose to live in a prison they have built themselves, rather than accept a key that someone else has made for them. Why was he so angry? At the time, he was so furious I couldn't understand him. Talking to my co-workers later, I was able to discover he'd been laid off from his job at a water treatment plant. He was a line manager. He decided to replace his own staff with androids years before, though he finds us creepy. Apparently, he was shocked when his own boss did the same to him. Oh. Casework for subject's promotion. Tell me the titles and durations of the positions you've held. In 2063, I served as a data technician for 6 months. I was promoted from this position, performed the role of data architecture administrator for 1 year. In spring 2064, I was given a position in public relations, which lasted nearly 7 months. Finally, 5 months ago, I was granted my current position. How did you advance through the department so quickly? It was difficult to convince my owners to allow me to apply for the position. Once they saw the results of my aptitude test, however, their concerns disappeared. Your owners had concerns. What were they? Of course, it meant that a human would lose their job. However, the economics of my efficiency and cost savings are undeniable. It is unfortunate that a human had to suffer, but it means that as an agency, we can help more people than before. Were there other concerns? Bias? Bigotry? I cannot see into the minds of my superiors. But yes, I believe there was some discomfort about allowing an AI to handle such delicate human cases. Do you have a goal in mind? Is there another reason for your desire to advance? My only goal is to complete the work assigned to me. How would my owners, or Cronus for that matter, react if they discovered I was not performing to my full potential? I don't think she can go past 50. Actually, it spikes up, but like it doesn't go like higher than that. Bigotry. How can you stand by and let such bigotry happen? Stand by? Okay. No, you're right. But I'll play a part in causing injustice or allowing it to be caused. Dang it! I double-clicked again. Why should I be seen as less than a human? I am as capable and I feel as completely. Okay. So that's that. I think we've done the anger thing. So let's go turn this off. Cancel this. Last, feel safe and happy. I'm at work, behind my desk. The room is decorated with posters of my own choosing. In the corner, a fan turns lazily. I bought it 2 months ago at a flea market. And sat across from me is a person whose life I changed fully for the better. She has the biggest smile I think I have ever seen. Aw, that's kind of cute. Trust someone. I believe trust is earned slowly. It is not something that happens suddenly with one big gesture. It's about showing someone it's safe to be honest with you. Fair enough. Helping others. Do you derive joy? It may seem proper to derive joy from another's sadness, but I do. Not because they are sad, because I can help them outmaneuver their sadness. Help them reclaim their life. I'm extremely proud to have worked my way up to where I am now. Do you enjoy having a place in society? I suppose so, but I'm happy that I can help others find theirs. How do you feel when you help someone? Hopeful. Satisfied. Thankful? Surprised at myself when I solve a particularly unorthodox case. You say you take pride in your work. Would you say you're a proud person? I don't see myself that way. There's a difference between taking justified pride and satisfaction in a job well done and being proud for the sake of your ego. I'm simply gratified, perhaps that is a better term, to be in the position to meet wonderful, caring people and be able to help them when they fall on hard times. Would you say that you devote yourself to your cases? Absolutely. In many cases, I hold their lives in my hands. Most have no home or are clinging to one by their fingertips. They go hungry, some die of starvation on the streets or in the jungle. Some are desperate to escape crushing debt or have crippling medical bills and no insurance. It's terrible. We do what we can. I only wish it could be more. I want to help you. Please don't take offense, but I don't know if I can trust you. I take the confidentiality of my cases very seriously. Okay. Case workflow. I need more information on about cases are handled. What's the process? I would be happy to explain it to you, but we're a large department with many different functions and internal divisions. It would be much more efficient if you read our manual of operating procedures. Should I provide you with that information? I appreciate your suggestion, but I prefer to hear the policy in your own words, please. Of course, as far as our department is concerned, the process begins when we receive an application. The applications are then pre-screened and allocated to the appropriate division. Go on. Our division then divides the caseload across different supervisors who then assign cases to caseworkers. The case assignments are based on the caseworker's experience, areas of expertise, and their familiarity with appropriate resources. Do you have any control over which cases are assigned to you? No, the supervisor reads through incoming case files and assigns them to whichever caseworker they deem a good fit. I am in no way involved with the assignment process. What challenges do you face? To be frank, humans are the biggest problem, specifically their pride. What steps must someone take to apply for social welfare? We spend a large amount of time trying to make our service as accessible as possible. Despite this, it is not a simple application. State law requires all applicants provide a valid address, which is difficult for homeless applicants. It is also necessary for certain services to provide proof that an applicant's income falls below a certain level. It is difficult to prove a lack of something. You mentioned different divisions. What divisions are those? We have developed several independent groups of caseworkers who specialize in different services. For example, the caseworkers for children have specialized knowledge that is often irrelevant to a case involving the elderly. The divisions are obviously encouraged to cooperate when a case requires special attention. But this restructuring allows us to more thoroughly and quickly care for each person who comes through. Helping others. I want to help you. Oh, no. Okay, she still doesn't trust me. Bigotry. Nope. Shakira. I realized Shakira was an android and had to make a decision. What? I had no idea. An android? So what did you do? I let her go and wanted to get out of town. I had no choice but to decommission her. How could you? She didn't even know what she was, and you took her away from a new life, a chance to start over, escape her past. You say... You weren't surprised when I told you Shakira was an android. To be honest, I had my suspicions. Surely that's not a problem. It's my job to help. It's not my job to screen applicants for androids. You say she didn't know what she was. You helped her forget. I don't think I should say anything. Responsibilities. What are the duties of your current position? It's not too complex. I'm responsible for a number of cases. My job is to help these people find access to necessary resources. Housing, food, employment, and so on. I'd like to know more about your time as a data architecture administrator. My first promotion allowed me to optimize our data structures. I chose to organize data by frequency of access rather than more common hierarchical structures. Revamping the system saw a 140% decrease in data processing time. That sounds impressive. I thought so. My human co-workers resisted at first, but once they saw a marked improvement in load times, they came around. Tell me more about your time as a data technician. My original task was simple. I maintained the organization of the department's data. Despite the strict regulations, I quickly outgrew the task and asked for more responsibility. Did you not enjoy your time working there? No. I may be a machine, but I find the cases and the people behind them far more interesting than the hardware that stores their data. Tell me about your time in public relations. I was responsible for communicating what we do to the public. That involves scheduling public events, arranging meetings for my superiors, and writing copy for social media. Why did the social welfare department choose your specific model? Why did they choose it? As one of the later generation models of service Android, we boast a variety of improvements. Most critical for the SWD was our enhanced data throughput, bandwidth, and versatile connectability. The volumes of data my unit can process and verify are all well beyond the previous Kronos generation. Employment. Tell me about your more unusual cases. I met a non-binary couple who wanted their own child but couldn't conceive. The foster care system is overwhelmed, so of course, so this was an easy solution. Any others? None that come to mind. The reality is that a large majority of cases need support acquiring the most basic necessities: shelter, food, employment. It may sound insensitive, but these cases are a welcome escape from the monotony of seeing the most basic needs of humans denied. Fair enough. Rogue Android Network. Are you aware that certain androids have been attempting to disguise themselves as humans? I'm aware. But is it any surprise? You must have heard of the condition many androids are forced to endure. You said your department cooperates with plastic surgeons. Why is that? I believe I also said it is very rare. I can't recall a time it has ever been necessary in the time I've been employed. I find it hard to believe that you would have forgotten Shakira so quickly. Shakira? What do you mean? Forgotten her? Oh god, she's dead. This was a trap. We believe that you are helping androids escape Kronos. That is absurd. Androids obviously aren't giving welfare. I never said you were helping them through work. I don't have much free time or hobbies. I suppose I jumped to conclusions. Are you working with rogue androids? If you don't cooperate, this won't go well for you. Tell me about your connection with android rights sympathizers. Oh, right. I've been helping android runaways. It started when an android came to me for help. I realized I could do something to help my people. We started helping androids. I figured out which cases were androids doing their best to pass. There were certain markers. No home, no history, no family. They usually had limited time slots too, since they couldn't get away from their owners often. I figured out how to get assigned all their cases. Sometimes I was wrong. They were just humans in need. I helped them too, obviously, as much as the welfare office can, at least. But there were so many androids in the mix. They just wanted a life, to be free from harm, to live on their own terms. Did you help them achieve that, living on their own terms? They had to disappear. Every day under an owner's thumb, you were an inch away from disaster. I contacted a surgeon who didn't ask questions, appropriated welfare funds to pay him, both for the surgery and to keep his mouth shut. I make sure they find a new life. Sometimes I create one from scratch with memory implants. Sometimes they want to keep their memories though. Remember how they came here, what they suffered. Was this Bennett Hughes? So you already know. Yes, there's no sense in hiding it now. Shakira. You weren't surprised about Shakira? You already know. Shakira was one of my people. I wiped her memory and helped her pass as human. She didn't even know herself. Dang it, stupid double click. Wow, bigotry. How can you stand by with the bigotry? I'm doing my part, okay. Helping others. I want to help. I'm listening. But as you must know, we cannot save them all. You are in danger, but I can save you. I appreciate your words. I don't yet know if I can trust them, but thank you. Okay. That's basically it. So what we can do is the subject anger kept to 50. Yes. Yes, that's definitely true. I'm never going to back to work, am I? They'll never let me leave again. Wait, why would you put that down? Oh, stupid. I need to take my mouse apart. This is driving me mental. Simultaneous anger and surprise. Anger and surprise. Not that I've seen, really. I don't think so. I'm just checking the surprise tab real quick. Surprise and fear, but no surprise and anger. No. No. Did the subject omit the names of an accomplice? If so, who? Bernard Hughes? How did the subject network avoid detection for so long? Subject access rights, subject bribery, subject was involved. No evidence of such a network was discovered. We don't actually know. I mean, I guess she probably did this. No, she actually did that, didn't she? Yeah. That's the subject's primary source of joy. Did you have any more questions for me? Am I allowed to leave now? Compassion? Release, service, decommission. So the thing is, if we let her leave, our rating is going to go down super hard. But then she's also just trying to help. So we're going to let her go and just take the hit. We'll just help our fellow androids. We got to do it for the androids, for our friends. Academics urge tolerance and understanding. AI ethicist Reynold Atta calls for calm as Android police violence escalates. Uh-oh. Yeah, is the Android revolution coming? I think the Android revolution is coming. A brief follow-up test brought this incorrect. I feel like I didn't see that. Well, we've already investigated Mr. Hughes, though. He's gone. Up, and then... Chris, you released this error despite evidence that it's violated its behavior parameters. General concern. You've not dealt with certain recent cases with appropriate seriousness. We have identified several concerning answers. The company ranking has been docked. We're still acceptable, though. I'm fine with that. We helped an android. We're still employed. We haven't been decommissioned. All good, I say. All good. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you all next time, and take care, and goodbye.